Hello, my name is Amanda Baca. I'm currently a Director of Development for the University of New Mexico's School of Medicine. One of the many reasons I choose to work in higher ed medical education is to create awareness about and access to healthcare, whether it's through an event, enabling a free clinic, or securing support of one of our programs over a beer or two. That's why I wish I would have thought of that campaign called Crowns for a Cure by Pints for Prostates. Pints for Prostates is a North Carolina-based nonprofit in the United States. Founded in 2008 after beer journalist Rick Like, then 47 years old, was diagnosed with and successfully treated for prostate cancer. Pints for Prostates was designed to raise awareness among men about prostate cancer and the importance of early detection in fighting the disease, reaching men through the universal language of beer, coupled with an important health message about the need for regular prostate health screenings and prostate-specific antigen or PSA testing. All Pints for Prostates activities focus on assisting men and their families in understanding the critical importance of early detection in fighting prostate cancer. Now, prostate cancer is a deeply personal disease. Not only does it claim the lives of nearly 27,000 men in the US each year, but the possible side effects from treatment of the disease, which may include incontinence and erectile dysfunction, can cause men to avoid screening and treatment altogether. Pints for Prostates collaborates with organizations that work with men on awareness, offer support following treatment, and conduct research aimed at improving care and finding a cure for prostate cancer. Pints for Prostates focuses on awareness and employs various ways to encourage guys to take charge of their health, including advocacy, free screening events for men, and funding support groups for men diagnosed with the disease, as well as their families. They believe that men should take charge of their health and have the right to have regular health screenings and know important data, such as their PSA number, so they're able to have informed discussions with their physician. Support primarily comes from individual donations made at beer festivals and pub night events, along with donations from breweries, restaurants, and other companies that support their mission. Since their inception, Pints for Prostates has hosted hundreds of awareness events across the states. Pints for Prostates is phenomenal, and perhaps their crowning achievement is their campaign called Crowns for a Cure, not to be confused with Crowns for a Cure pageant, which is also a great campaign. Since 2015, Pints for Prostates has been using simple bottle caps to get men talking about prostate cancer through their Crowns for a Cure campaign. By 2017, Pints for Prostates had partnered with 51 craft brewers across the U.S. to use everyday run-of-the-mill bottle caps to start conversations about a critical men's health issue and encourage guys to take charge of their health by distributing more than 2 million bottle caps, known in the beverage trade as crowns, to craft brewers around the country for use on beer that they package for distribution during September, which is National Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. The crowns feature the Pints for Prostate logo on the bottle top with messages under the caps designed to encourage men to learn more about the importance of regular health screenings. Crowns for a Cure connects with guys using a simple message. 1, get tested. 2, live longer. 3, drink more beer. Brewers from 27 states used the caps in bottling runs and distributed that bottled beer to retailers during September. And with each brewery taking part in the campaign receiving between 10,000 and 70,000 branded crowns, they covered a lot of ground to get their message out. Nearly 5 million Crowns for a Cure made their way to stores nationwide. To make an even bigger impact, Crowns for a Cure took to social media, broadcasting their message even further. Beer drinkers who spot Pints for Prostates crowns are encouraged to help spread the word by tagging their social media photos with hashtag Crowns for Cure and @Pints for Prostates, along with the brewery name and location where the bottle caps are found. Some breweries take it a step further, like Mother Earth Brewing, also located in North Carolina, who offered a contest to those who posted on their socials and tagged @Mother Earth Brew for the chance to win a prize pack. If you're just learning to brew your own or a seasoned homebrew master, you can also get in on the action. Homebrewers who want to take part in Crowns for a Cure can do so by ordering bottle caps from Northern Brewer, which partnered with Pints for Prostates on Homebrew Strong, an awareness building effort which includes a special brewing kit. Of course, financial support for the cause is a direct way to make a real difference, and one of the reasons we're all here to share at IWITOT. Crowns for a Cure sponsorships start at $25,000 and include a variety of presented by naming rights in all press materials, including a press release, mention on the Pints for Prostates website, 10 social media posts, along with a logo of the Oktoberfest for a Cure and Crowns for a Cure t-shirts. They also include 6 VIP tickets to Denver Rare Beer Tasting, a tradition that brings together craft brewers and fans to try beers that you normally can't find and meet the people who make them. And they also give you access to Pints for Prostates logo for approved usage. Based on social media data, 80% of Pints for Prostate supporters are men, and 68% of the men and women who follow their campaign are between the ages of 35 and 54 years old, the demographic sweet spot for getting tested for prostate cancer. By design or kismet, it's a perfect match and method for getting the word out. So let's raise a glass and toast to Pints for Prostates and their campaign, Crowns for a Cure. Cheers. Cheers.
Ah! Wow. You want to know what I loved about that presentation, Paisley? You're on mute, honey.
You're on. Yeah, no, I think I can hear you.
Me, can you? Okay.
Yeah.
I love that the charity went straight to where the dudes are drinking beer. Right?
Yes. Accessibility. Yes.
Yeah.
Making sure we're breaking barriers. And what I loved most is it attached to an awareness month. So it created a platform for education. And I think that's what we always try to do, right? We don't only want to inspire people. We also want to disseminate information, and pairing it at a time when there's interest, whether it's in the press or just generally in the community. I thought that was brilliant.
It's such a nice, lighthearted way to talk about a topic that a lot of guys are really uncomfortable talking about. And what else? It gives them a topic right there when they sit down to have a beer to read that bottle cap and go, oh, wow, did you know? So should we bring Amanda up and talk to her about this?
I think we should absolutely do that.
Hi, everybody. We've got about 4 minutes for you to ask questions, so please do. Tysley, do you have any questions for Amanda?
I do have some questions. So, Amanda, I want to start where I think philanthropy always begins. Much of what we connect to is often through personal and lived experiences. Anything you'd like to share about what resonated with you and what led you to this really clever campaign that is also life-changing?
Well, I actually have to give it up to a new colleague that I met through work. She is, so one of the departments and divisions that I represent is urology. And so she's our APP for the department, and she brought this up. And I think it's a really incredible way to get to talk to guys about things that, as Kimberly said, and as I mentioned in the presentation, can be a very uncomfortable and, potentially scary, not even potentially, a scary subject for them. And so I think it's really important when we're talking about healthcare, especially when we're looking at different cultures, and men and women have very different cultures just generally. It's not something that you want to do, is to go into the doctor, potentially have an illness, and then have to deal with that when it has a lot of side effects from treatment and the disease itself. So I think it really brought, like Kimberly said, they went to where the dudes are. And I think that that is really, really important, because we, I think, are learning in the sector generally that we really need to meet our constituents, whoever they are, wherever they are. And I think that's great. Plus, I mean, come on, guys and beer.
Okay, Amanda, I know you. So I hope you don't mind if I go right to the nuts and bolts of what I'm thinking. And for everybody else, if you don't know me, sometimes I'm inappropriate and I make mistakes, and I'm a work in progress. So I'll ask forgiveness ahead of time. But I know that you do a lot of work in DEI work, and I was surprised that you chose this campaign. Can you tell me how do those interests connect at all?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it is kind of one of, when you think about equity, I don't think we go immediately to men, right? Because we live in a patriarchy and we participate in this patriarchy. But the fact of the matter is that, one, in healthcare in the States, especially, we don't have equitable access to it. And because, especially when you're talking about a disease that has a long treatment and cancer generally, that's going to be way too expensive for a lot of individuals to deal with. One of the amazing things that I really like about Pints for Prostates is that they also work with the entire family and not necessarily just the man that may have the disease or has recovered from the disease. And I think that that's really important to bring access to healthcare to individuals that might not otherwise have it.
There's a thank you for that. I know we're short on time, so I just want to. There are a couple of questions in the chat here. One from Lauren and Fouk Paris from Peterborough. Both of them asking about the potential that this campaign is promoting excessive alcohol consumption.
Yeah, and I think that that's a real. I think that that's a real concern that you have anytime that you're encouraging people to do something that could be adverse for their health while you're trying to bring a health campaign to them. I think one of the things that Pints for Prostates does really well is that they are working with individuals or with breweries and different craft brewers that, one, are beholden to different laws within states so that there's not going to be an overconsumption, or at least they're trying to mitigate that. But I do think that I do think that there are some concerns with that. And I think that along with the prostate awareness and getting people tested, I think it's really important to also address that elephant in the room and say, we're not encouraging you to drink because it does have adverse health effects, and here they are. But also it is a way to, get guys in a situation where they feel more comfortable rather than apprehensive to have these conversations.
Great point. Great point. Tysley, do you have anything you want to wrap it up with? Or Amanda, any final thoughts that you'd like to add?
No, I'm just so excited to be here. Thank you guys so much for all your wonderful questions. And I can't wait to see what the next presentation is.
Well, Amanda, on behalf of everyone watching, we want to extend gratitude to you. We've learned a lot today as it pertains to Pints for Prostates. So thank you for bringing visibility and helping us to understand the importance of coming together to ensure that we find a cure. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys